In this episode, I talk about setting trends versus following trends. Welcome to episode 116 of the Honest Entrepreneur Show, where I help creatives like you to master your marketing. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into the show. Guys, I'm loving it lately because I'm seeing so much community and mutual support forming from what I'm doing at the minute with my platform and my content. I got some really cool DMs earlier where people are literally starting to support each other and be kinder to each other and reference me in their comments. And nothing makes me happier. Literally, people are like, oh, I saw Tom doing this kind of thing, and now I'm being nice to this person over here. Or like, I learned this from Tom, so I'm going to go and support my friend over here, or make a new friend, or I pushed myself that little bit more. To be honest, like that stuff is why I do this show and why I do everything. Clearly, it's not about the money because I'm basically making zero monies at the minute, and I'm spending money to produce this show. That doesn't bother me. I love it. But like the impact, like that's what I get a buzz out of. That's why I jump on a call with my tribe every week. Like, yeah, this is why I do it, people. So like, keep sharing that stuff because it motivates the shit out of me.
This question is from Laura. What's your take on trends and following them or not?
Hey, Laura. Great question. A lot of great questions on this show. You guys are very insightful, I have to say. When it comes to trends, I think it's a much better idea to set trends than follow them. I also realize that is advice that is so much easier to say than to do. It's very hard to become a trendsetter. Most of us will not do it initially. You often need to work for years and years and years and establish credibility and experience and so on to become a trendsetter. But I do think if you can find little unique angles and ways to kind of riff on existing trends, that's a lot better than just jumping in. And I'll give you an example. So I saw Michael Jander posting slideshow images on Instagram, and someone shared it, and I thought, man, that's a really good idea because I always feel very limited in my Instagram content, and I always feel like I have more to say, and it's hard to condense it down to one image. And so I started doing it immediately after that. And I think on the back of that, I was one of the first people after Michael to actually do that. And now so many people are calling me like one of the trendsetters for this slideshow format, which is crazy. It would have happened obviously without me, but I can see a lot of my followers are now doing it as well. And it is starting to become a trend. And my point is, it's always better to be early when it comes to trends, because if I jumped on this thing in a year's time, I would not get the traction that I've been getting because it feels fresh and new at the minute, but it will become stale and played out like everything else. A trend by its very nature is fleeting. It's transitory. It's temporary. And so try and get there earlier. Like if you can't set it yourself, get there early and jump all over it. But then do what I talk about all the time. Have incremental, continuous improvements. So I am mixing up my content all the time. I'm riffing on it. I'm trying new things. I'm tweaking the format. I'm tweaking the colors. I'm tweaking how I position it, the imagery. And by doing that consistently, it keeps it fresh all the time, because otherwise stuff becomes so stale so quickly. If I had exactly the same look and graphics, it wouldn't matter if my content was equally good and very consistent in its quality. People would lose engagement. People would inherently care less because it would just become played out and boring. And so when it comes to trends, the worst thing you can do is just jump in late to a trend. It's like joining the party while it's winding down. You miss out on all the fun. And then just stay in that lane and just kind of keep churning out that generic stuff. It's like jumping into a crowded niche. It's a bad idea. So try and keep it front of mind. Look for those trends that are rearing their heads and try and jump in early. Then try and mix it up and come at it from a different angle, bring something new to the party, and then continually evolve to avoid becoming stale and keep things fresh. Question of the day. What is one way that you are mixing things up to keep them fresh? Thank you so much for watching this episode. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm really enjoying the YouTube show. If you are too, then be sure to hit the subscribe icon and tick the little bell to get notifications when I post new content on this platform.